Hello? What else am I supposed to... Hi, I'm Erin Miller from Hill College. We're here to do some filming. Allison is supposed to know we're here.
Push on the small gate to your left and come straight ahead to shipping and receiving.
Thank you.
Well, over here we've got two big cat species. We've got Amur tigers, which used to be called Siberian tigers, and we have three females right now, and they vary in age. One's 4, one's 5, and one is 10. So the Amur tigers are considered to be an endangered species, and there's probably only 300 to 400 left in the wild. The other big cat that we have is the African lion, and again we have 4 of those. They vary in age. We've got a group of siblings, 3 siblings that are all 10 years old, and then we have a youngster who's about 4 years old. And the lions, their numbers have declined over the years, but they're not considered to be endangered yet. Their status is what they call vulnerable, which is like a step below endangered. Both of these cats are part of what they call an SSP, a species survival plan. And so there'll be a group of experts from zoos across the country who look at the genetics of the animals that are in zoos and decide who will be paired up with who. Right now we're not breeding any lions. The last time we had tiger cubs was about 5 years ago, and that the male that fathered those cubs has since moved on to the Syracuse Zoo, where he fathered cubs there. So it's kind of based on how much room is in zoos and then how closely related the animals are, who gets paired up.
What have people been trying to do to save the animals?
Well, in zoos, we're just trying to maintain a healthy captive population with the hopes that someday if there was enough habitat, we could either release animals into the wild, or if we were able to perfect like in artificial insemination, we could actually take semen from a captive animal and impregnate a wild cat, and so just to kind of boost the genetics of the population, because if the population gets too low, then you have problems genetically. And so if we could kind of use the captive animals to infuse that wild population, that would help a lot. But other than that, they're just trying to in the wild maintain habitat, set aside habitat for these animals. That's the biggest thing. And then sometimes they will hire people in their native country to kind of protect them and watch out for poachers. I've been here for 25 years, and I mean, we take care of the basic husbandry, the daily care of these animals. We have to feed them every day, clean their exhibits. We help the veterinarian. We're kind of the eyes and ears of the veterinarian. We're sort of that first line of defense. We have to make sure our animals are healthy, and if there's a problem, we have to notify the veterinarian. We do training with the animals to keep them stimulated, and so we can kind of move them from cage to cage. They have to be well trained. Some of the animals we can weigh, get them to walk onto a scale so we can monitor their...
Catherine, that works, thank you. All right, go for it.
Can you tell us about the animal, like how old he is, where it came from?
Yep, well, the animal behind me is Sarapa. She's one of our 2 female Asian elephants we have here at the zoo. Sarapa is going to be 30 years old in January. Elephants typically live between 45 to 60 years, so she's about middle age. She and Jody, our other female Asian elephant here, they both came from a logging camp in India in 1987. So they've been here for the majority of their lives. They were about 4 years old when they got here. So.
Has it had any problems that they've overcome?
Actually, recently we've done some renovations to the inside of our elephant barn. We've actually put in some new hydraulic operating doors, which means that we can operate our doors from outside the stall. We used to be free contact, which means we could go into the stall with the elephants. And now we're protected contact, which means we do all of our training from behind bars. And so we needed a way to manipulate the elephants and move around the barn outside of the stall. So we put in some new doors. So Sarapa's kind of in the midst of training to get used to the new big silver scary doors. So.
Why are elephants endangered?
Well, Asian elephants in particular are becoming endangered because a lot of it is because human-elephant conflict in the wild. Elephants are increasingly becoming a nuisance to the humans out there who have their crops and everything. So what's happening is a lot of people are killing the elephants because they're ruining their crops, they're ruining their livelihood. And of course, poaching is another reason that the elephants are endangered. Poachers that want their ivory. So.
How long has this been going on?
Human-elephant conflict is becoming, as the population grows in Asia and in Africa both, elephants are intruding on the human space. So as the population of humans grows, the problem's going to get worse. So it keeps on getting worse each year. So.
How have people been trying to save them?
Well, there are groups out there that go to these countries and help the native people give them techniques to help save their crops and save the animals as well, putting up barriers, using other animals as a deterrent for the elephants. So there are groups out there that help the native people overcome them.
What do you do for the animal throughout the day?
Well, at the beginning of the day, we do a lot of cleaning. We have to pick up all their feces and all their leftover food. We give them baths every day. We do a lot of training with them every day. Each girl knows probably about 40 commands, and we're always training them to do new stuff. So a lot of training, a lot of cleaning. It's a very physical job. So.
How long have you been working?
I've been working here at the Buffalo Zoo for about 1.5 years now, but I've been in the zoo field for about 9.5 years.
How did you end up working here? What brought you?
I went to school. I grew up here in Western New York, and I went to school at Oswego for zoology. And then I went to another college in Florida. And then I kind of traveled around the country at different zoos, gaining a lot of experience with elephants and other animals. And then a position opened up here, and so I grabbed it.
Do you enjoy working here?
I wouldn't want to do anything else other than what I do. Yes.
Do you work with other animal organizations near Buffalo, like Hawk Creek or?
The zoo, I'm not sure if the zoo does, but I know we are regulated by the AZA, which is the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, and that's a national group. We belong to that group. They have standards that we have to abide by. In the elephant barn specifically, we are a member of EMA, which is the Elephant Managers Association. So there are some national associations that we are involved in. Yeah.
Why should people care about endangered animals?
Well, people should care about endangered animals because pretty soon they're not going to be around. I know for me, I want my son to be able to come to the zoo and see these elephants in person. And if the animals in the wild become extinct, then how are we going to keep them in the zoos? I want our kids and our grandchildren to be able to come to the zoo or go to Africa, go to Asia to see these animals in the wild. So it's extremely important. That's all.
I went to school for wildlife biology, and when I graduated, I had an internship here, and I really liked it a lot, and was lucky enough to get a job here. I've been here about 25 years, so they've always been listed as endangered since I've been here. The Siberian tigers or Amur tigers, their numbers dropped really low in the 1930s.